Welcome back to Pillars of Eternity. So, looked into it. The Ranger we won't get till after the keep, so unfortunately, that's not going to happen. Um, so
Hail and well
I
met.
came back in here. Um, we're gonna hire some help. Level two. Um, let's take a look here. Gonna be a male again. Now, I think I'm still going to do that. So, we'll do a resolve my +2 to perception. That's better all around though. So Pale Elf isn't that good. He's good. He basically gets a bonus if he's far away from whoever he's attacking. So we will do a Ranger. Marked Prey is pretty good. Um, Giving the Ranger an animal companion a damage bonus against the target. Wounded shot's pretty good, but it's just kind of, it slows, so it's not that great. Now, as far as the companion goes, um, it doesn't really tell us too much, does it? Bear would obviously be good as a tank. Lion, it still doesn't really say. It just says what the speed is. Average, average, or average. I'm sure it's going to say average for all of these. Um, Now, if this is like the Druid, Boar is going to be able to knock people over, so on and so forth. So, why don't we do a lion? Actually, why don't we do a bear? We're going to do a bear. The companion's name is going to be Wadale. That's my dog's name. Might, so this is going to be a straight damage bonus, so we'll get that to 16. Perception's really important to hit, so we're going to get that to like 18. I don't really have a lot of AoE with this class, not the way I play it at least, I guess I should say. So we'll get our dex to 13, jump our might to 17, and we're going to want probably might again, so that should be okay. Yeah, okay. Now he's gonna need to be stealth and mechanics. We'll do that to start off with. Um, and I hate that portrait of an elf, and they all look the same, pretty much. So we'll do that one, I guess. Do something like that. Uh, Give some braids, I guess. Want the hair. Um, Make it like that looks okay. Skin a little darker. Do some white. Do some dark. Looks good. So he's gonna be
Now
sinister.
I am the leader of the group.
Well, I don't like that. We'll do
Let's
feisty.
go!
That's really annoying.
Not a
Uh,
sound.
that's okay. Now, obviously, his name is Shuda McGavin. Um, and I guess I don't get to name my pet, but that should be okay. There he is, Mr. Bear. And let's go ahead and level him up. So, mechanic is really important. Um, and then obviously stealth is going to also be important because we will need someone to do our scouting for us. Now what is this? As a hedge wizard, the characters learn how to duplicate effects of one of the most popular spells. Missiles. Yeah, that's not that good. Channels of power. No. Enigma's charm. No. Merciless companion. Resilient, vicious. Might do resilient. I don't see what we have for this. Marksman. against distant enemies. That's pretty good. Defense, don't need that. Fast runner. Quick switch, no. No, no. These are all damage reduction. No. Okay, so we definitely we want this. Knight, not using a crossbow. We actually may end up using a warbow. They're really big, slow, but really powerful. Two-handed style. Two weapons now. Grants while wielding a melee weapon. Okay, so they're very specific about that. So we're just going to go ahead and go with marksman. Now it says used on distant targets, so it doesn't really specify how much distance they're referring to.
Following your lead.
But that's interesting. So this is level 3. So okay. Alright, so that looks good. Now there is an area here that, well, we'll go ahead and head back north first, and clear that zone out. There are a few spots here that in the area itself there's like a temple that we could go to get some loot, kill some monsters, so on and so forth. But I'm pretty sure my group now is at its maximum amount. So later on I'm probably going to replace Olaf, and I'll probably replace Kana there. Why don't we go ahead and talk to this guy here.
Gods keep you.
Greetings. On your way south, is it? Sooner you clear the woods, the better. What's your hurry? I mean to follow my own advice. Came out here on a hunt. Me and my friend of mine thought I was bringing a stag home. Eat something other than bread for once. Came up on a bear instead. And Pearly, he didn't make it. I don't know what else to tell his wife. Heading home before it takes anything else. Where did you find this bear? In a cave a ways up that way. I wouldn't seek it out if I were you. It was a great brute of a beast, would hate looking at her life. Farewell. Actually, why don't we, what happened to your friend? We didn't see it coming. We were following the stag, Pearly saw something in the brambles, we went tearing off after it. We all but stumbled into the cave. Poor Pearly didn't stand a chance. The bear was on top of him before he knew what was happening. I suppose, and this time, Gowan favor fell upon the bear. And who are you? Name's Nonton. Alright. Something seems a little bit fishy about that. Okay, so I did just figure out how to, so if you hit backspace, it'll select your entire party. So, it's definitely useful for some things coming up. Oh, there's a young wolf over there. Alright, look at that. Killing it. Let's see. Yeah. So there's nothing to the west of us, so that doesn't really do too much. Go ahead and grab these ingredients as we see them. Oh, this must be the cave he spoke of. I also did go ahead and rest at the inn. I didn't put that on camera, did. Oh fuck, there's two in here. Okay, so that's something that's different. So we're gonna have the bear take one, you're gonna take the other. We're gonna need you to knock his ass down real quick there. We'll go ahead and mark him. I'm gonna go ahead and put Chill Fog right there. Alright, let's see if we can... Oh shit, he's about to die already. Alright, so we need a quick heal. We need to restore his endurance. I don't know if that's going to be enough. I think we need to use this immediately. Yeah. Okay. So that... Don't know exactly what happened there, but... Oh, he must have healed me. Yeah, that's what happened. Alright, and then we'll tell them all to attack. We'll hit him with another... Ah, man. Dude is really tough. 2 bear pelts. Some like iron or something. Cave coral. Alright, now that that's disappeared. Okay, so let's go ahead and...
Look there.
Oh, that's another thing about this game. These things are located all over the place. So I remember where a few are, so we'll be hitting up most of them, but I don't know where all of them are. So let's take a look here. Okay, reach out. You reach out, a moment you kind of feel as you've been struck a blow, head reeling, you tremble helplessly into the waiting darkness. Like blooms, there's a roar like thunder echoing around you. Fear seizes cast you, stumbling backwards towards the exit, towards the light. You see a glint of steel, and there, flesh of agony before your knee, you scream, stumble, fall. Your thoughts are chaos, lanced through with pain, but in a moment of terrible clarity, you see a friend look back, the mouth of the cave, his dagger daubed in crimson to match his cloak. And then there's a great dark shape above you, and there's more pain. The lost spirit. And then on the road, your friend, a sudden lash of anger emanates from the spirit. Rage, grief seem to pour. I'll find him and see that he answers what he's done for you. For a moment, there seems to be bravery. Head feels sickly triumph. The spirit seems to weaken with force of its own exultation, glowing fainter and fainter until you're alone once more.
Are you feeling unwell? You were behaving a little oddly.
Yeah, well, I am a watcher, so take that. Not so bad. Being able to talk to spirits. I suppose that's only to learn from the past. Just ask the spirits outright. Let us move on. I grow tired of your questions. Okay. So, as we saw there, old Norton, at the start of the level, was saying that his friend got eaten by a bear, but in reality, they walked into the cave, and he left him for dead. We will go find out why. Alright. So, we want you to move up there, move you there. Okay, and now we will double punch these. Look at that. Got him good. And then we'll choose everyone, tell them to attack. Is that, that was Kana. Interesting. He's got a gun. Okay. See what this guy has on him. He's got a quarterstaff, padded cap, and 6 copper. Okay, I was gonna say I thought there was one over here. Alright. And I'm pretty sure that's based off, it's like a combination of perception and stealth, so can be a little bit difficult to spot depending on, you know, your characters. So we'll activate our fast mode to get over here a little bit quicker. Go ahead and save. Pretty sure this is filled with wolves, if not something else.
I shall be quiet as a calm sea, which is not very quiet.
Alright.
Brave
so this is one of my more favorite strategies, using the terrain. Okay, and we'll get that one ready to go again. Hit.
Let's go.
Everyone will go ahead and attack on him there.
Not quite.
So Wydell's got 53 endurance. So the other episode I wasn't sure because it had been a while, but
Let's see what lies.
it does seem that what I was trying to say, fortitude, okay, so that's gonna go to Frank. Everything else we'll just don't really care about. So that's just all defensive kind of stuff. Examine the wall more closely. So we'll scale the wall. We'll try to send Frank to the top. Okay, so that was an athletics check. And now we're up at the top of the wall here. +5 to reflexes. Scrawled letter. Why don't we put all of this on him? I thought there may have been another
I'm here.
another secret up here, but it doesn't seem that's the case. So we'll go and climb back down. That seemed to go okay. And then we will come over here. Uh-oh. Alright, there seems to be some bandits. Tinfrith, the young dwarf tending the stew, sorry as he approaches, he drops his ladle, spattering stew across the ground. What? Get him, you dogs. Make sure our new cook doesn't run off. Help me, please. Help me. Okay. Alright, so he's already getting beat up. Send Pup over there. Go ahead and mark him. Then we'll go ahead and just plant a bunch of dudes on the bandit. Should be good. Go ahead and do that. Wait for him to die. And then everyone just gangs up on him. Okay, so there's a 3 versus chanted, which then we could do that. I'm not sure why it was being so difficult at the other place. So all this is going to go straight into there. Copper, copper. Okay, so these are all different currencies. Either way. So this is going to be more useful in hard than it was in medium. You know, using these type of foods to help out with stats, that's definitely going to be something that's going to play it better into this. By the flame, thank you, thank you, thank you. I thought I'd be stuck cooking for these ignorant weasels for the rest of my life. I must get back home. Listen, next time you go to Vale, stop by Blackhound Inn. Okay. Very good, very good. So we'll have to do that. A rod, two-handed, pure slash. So I don't think the rod will let us cast the missiles like the wand will. So definitely don't want to switch to that. Now, it does take a little bit longer traveling in stealth mode, but overall it usually works out a little bit better. So that's the full map. As far as I know, there's no other like secrets on this map. So we'll head back to Gilded Vale. And then from here, we can go ahead and go confront the traitorous hunter. And I believe I remember he might be in this house. I don't quite remember. Let's see if he's in here. No, he's not in here. Let's see where else we can go. So if he's not there, Ingrid's house. Is that the name of the guy who's dead? I don't remember. Oh, well, yep, looks like it's them. Well, hello. The men appear to be a deep conversation working at closing two bulging satchels. They move to embrace the woman as you approach. Pauses, her smile falters a little. Do you know this man, Nonton? Yes, I think we met in Valewood. I warned him about the bear. Glad to see you made it. Was there something else you wanted? You two are in good spirits for someone who just lost a friend. That's unkind of you to say. I'm grieving for my husband in my fashion. I'm only sorry I could not convince him to leave Gilded Vale before this happened. I'm relieved to be rid of this terrible place. That's all. It cost me the greatest part of my life. And now my husband. And I'm glad to be free of it. I know what really happened in that bear cave, Nonton. I don't know what you mean. I told you the truth of it. Are you accusing him of something? This is about the accident. We're both grieving Pearlie's loss, but it was a wild animal doing. It seems to tremble his hand. What would make you suggest such a thing? Vision in the cave. I saw Pearlie's last moments as he lived, and I saw you cut him with a knife. That's not possible. How could you possibly know? I left no sign. Nonton, wait. I don't know what you saw in the cave, but this isn't what you think. Pearlie, my husband, he was much a beast as that bear. I tried to leave the first time I suffered his temper, but he wouldn't have it. Nonton, we met. I knew I found someone special, someone kind, someone who cared for me. Please, all we want is to leave this place to start somewhere else. We have some coins saved up. You could have it if only you let us go. Keep the money, you start your life. I don't need your coin. Go get. No, whatever your reasons, you caused a man's death. I'm taking this to the magistrate. I don't know what you think. You tell the magistrate a story about a dream you had, but you won't make it. You won't take this from us, not when we're so close, and not for that wretched Pearlie. They really didn't like Pearlie. Alright, so we're gonna knock you on your ass. We're gonna send the bear after you. And then we're gonna do a double arcane assault. I'm kinda digging having two casters actually. They're pretty good. Okay, so more deflection. Go ahead and take all. I should be able to still wear that. Yeah, good. That's reflex. Not actually reflex. What is this for? Reflex defense allows the character to dodge out of physically harmful AoE attacks. So it's specific to AoE from the looks of it. I don't know why I have that leather armor, scrawled letter. I do not think you will ever see this, but you are right. We should have journeyed south together and been safer for it. I would tolerate all the gloating in the world if I might have lived to hear it. Put myself out of reach of the beast circling below, but I am done for all the same. I do not think I will rise again. Whoever finds this, pray for me. Perhaps in the next life I will be a trapper of wolves. Go ahead and give him the lockpicks. Go, got fresh 5. Alright. Oh, a flail. That could be fun. book. See if that's better than 12 to 18. No, it's worse. Okay, what about this? There we go. That thing does not look like it's gonna stay on. Okay, very good. Alright, so, you know what? It's one of the easier things to do in each little home you go into that has definitely paid off in the past is to just walk around it in stealth mode real quick, and you may get lucky and find yourself a nice little hidden crevice. So let's go ahead and do that. See? Okay, so really not that good of stuff, and for whatever reason we were always maxed out on camping supplies, which we'll use eventually, but for now we don't really have a use. That grappling hook is pretty useful. That will allow us to basically use, if our athletics isn't high enough, we can use the grappling hook instead. Some of these, not all of these buildings you can actually go into. Some of them you can, though. We know there's more grain in there. Don't settle for scraps where you grow fat on our crops. The first of you drunkards comes through that door, gets a shot between the eyes. Come away for now, lads. We'll be back. Investigate the feud. Well, I don't take too kindly to lynch mobs, so we're gonna go see what that was all about. This dude better not shoot me, or he will definitely regret that. Element Sand really shockingly builds. Here's life of labor. Glances. Get back if you value your life. I don't like being threatened. We have that in common then. With all the poison dripping in their ears, it's not going to be long before someone decides they'd rather do things the messy way, and I won't let anything happen to my family. Who's this guy? The dwarf, the one standing out there spreading lies among the villagers. Bastard's been here for decades. He hasn't gotten any kinder with time. Is Sweener roping foreigners into this little crusade now? I've only just arrived. You picked a bad time to come. Oh, this big dung heap now, and Sweener thinks he's the king of it all. Was that ruckus outside? Where to begin? Sweener whipped them into a froth, going on about the grain stores, claims I've hidden most of it. All I do with grain is sell it. I can't create it out of thin air, and I can't hand it out for free. I pay the farmers for their crops, they bring it in, I sell what comes out of the mill. Most of it goes to the Black Hound on the west side of town for ale, and Sweener and his lot don't mind that part. Town, the crop's blighted. It's gone off, rotted through. I can't pay top prices for blighted wheat, and I barely got enough good grain to go around. Sweener's hauling after things he has no right to. Maybe I ought to have a talk with him, though. Seems like a pretty clean story for a messy situation. It's not. Look, I've always been rotten bastard with stores so limited. Maybe I save the good stuff for people who deserve it. Arf, for instance, she's expecting a child. Should I let her starve instead? Do they know about it? Some. The innkeeper, for instance, it's better not to worry anyone. I'll be trading for supplies soon enough. If we can just keep things calm until then, we'll be in the clear. The innkeeper, I wouldn't drink ale. I wouldn't drink the ale, is all I'm saying. Maybe I ought to go have a talk with him. I'd be grateful if you don't listen to me, anyone. We'll be in your debt if you can convince him.
Nice and quiet.
What?
It's my grain now, suckers. He's definitely got a little posse that'll protect his grain. Alright, well let's go confront this little dwarf troublemaker. I believe he's at the inn. So we'll head on over there. See what he has to say for himself. Now this is the part I was talking about, the temple, I guess you could call it. Um, so that's a spot we'll head to soon to. Um, well, go on, get in there. It's a spot we'll head to soon to try and get into or rather, get a bit more experience and gear. Alright, there he is. Nope, yeah, there he is, this guy right here. So let's go ahead and save it, just in case, don't know who you are, don't care much, keep walking, we're not here to chat with foreigners. Careful, looks like they're cut from the same cloth of those rowdies who attacked me. Smells like it too. Trumbull says you've been threatening his family. Oh, I bet he has. All nobility, that Trumbull. Two big, strong kids. Pure soul and all gilded veil. Coward sending out messengers to handle his business. So we have might. If you want to fight with Trumbull, let's make it a fair one. Why don't we try this? Fair enough, you bring us something wet to throat. Do I not have beer? I do. Alright, there you go. Got some beer.
Greetings.
Bought drinks. Okay, so yeah, by the flame, I thought it'd be 7 mug of Blackhound shit beer. Alright, yeah, my attention was to say, look, there's no sense in threatening a miller. Maybe tell me more about what's going on. Like I said, the miller's in charge of the grain prices. He says they're fair, but I know for a fact the folks like all pay half what we do. And maybe we've been a bit rough with them, but that's what we're supposed to do. What are we supposed to do? We can't keep paying, we're going to starve. Well, maybe you could ask some of the villagers for help. You're right. Things go on like they are, we're just going to end up hanging from one of those trees out there. Don't know what we'll do now with the crops failing. Haven't got another trade to speak of. Think Pasca needs a hand around the inn. I don't know. You could ask her, I guess.
Gods keep you.
Welcome. Oh, it's you. Tinrith told us what you did for him. Such relief to have him back. Can't thank you enough. Consider yourselves for discounts, drinks, rooms. Back working in the kitchens. Alright. What do you got for me? Savory pie. Okay.
How do you do?
Let me see what you got for sale. And by that, I mean I am going to sell you a bunch of junk that I have. So, more than likely none of that crap is actually an upgrade for me. So that's why I'm just basically not checking any of it. And then the beer apparently wasn't doing shit for me. Okay, so what we're going to go ahead and do here is we're going to rest and get perception mechanics. And this isn't actually a cutscene thing, it's just like a little thing they play to show that you slept in a room instead of I don't know, sleeping on the floor or something. Okay, so we're going to head back and we're going to talk to the owner of the mill. Let him know we seem to have reached a agreement here, and we'll see what he says to that. Now, one of the cool things, one of the reasons I did want to play a paladin, unfortunately I'm pretty sure you need to play him as your main character to really affect how the mechanic actually works, is you can have you follow like a certain religion, so to speak, I guess you could say, and you can have interesting conversations because of that.
Hail and well night.
I spoke to Swinner, and what did he say? I convinced him to leave your family in peace. Why? That's great news. I was sure you didn't get through to him. They're in their minds, sound drunk at the time. Okay. I owe you yet here. He pushes it towards you. Today's earnings. Show my appreciation. You can be sure. Keep it. That's all you can really afford. Okay. So more than likely it was probably some like shitty amount, like 50. So chances are that something like that reputation gain could possibly better suit me than something, you know, as much as 50 gold. Now, if it was equipment, it may be worth getting, especially at this point in the game where we're kind of limited in what we have here. But, I mean, we have 500 pretty much, so there's really wasn't too much point. Okay, so from here, we're going to go ahead and in the episode, after we talk to this guy here, and the next episode we'll pick up. But let's go ahead and talk to him. A man lies resting against the wall. One arm is held loosely against his side, sleeves soaked with blood.
God's keep.
So I believe that means he's talking the godlike language. This temple is what used to be, probably for the best. Times being there. I'm no looter. If that's what you're thinking. No, not one of the faithful either. Just want to do some good. I suppose. Got my arm clawed up for it. Maybe you have better luck. Better luck with what? These ruins around us used to be Temple of Eothas, the scattered god. A grand temple at that. Worshippers will come from all over, from Red Creris even. Until war, of course. Even then, you get some stubborn ones, the ones that couldn't get it through their heads that the god was dead and God. Now that I believe is one of the paladin things I was talking about, but I'm not really sure. Go on. Once Legacy started, Lord decided he had been too lenient on the Ethosians. He had his people go in and put them to the sword. Left them down there buried under a heap of rock. After that, Redrick ordered the temple seal. It's been years like that up until recently. Hope that if we rededicate the temple to a living god, then we'd be forgiven and Legacy would end. But until then, the temple as you see it unguarded, and that's where you come in. Those priestess, maybe they didn't have a lick of sense between them, but they still didn't deserve to go like that, chopped down in their god's house. Doesn't sit right with me. If you can get down there and find the remains, maybe we can finally give them a proper burial. No small task. There's coin in it for you if you need motivating. A pleasant surprise to see that someone around here has a shred of respect for the dead. You want me to bring you skeletons? I'd bury them where they are if I could. I know it's a little macabre, but if we don't get them out now, Reckless will destroy whatever's left of them. Okay, I'll find them. Then by the flame I owe you a good turn, but listen, the temple's been sealed off for so long. It's crawling with creatures, but if you get past them, the priestess would have been down on the lower floor. They'll be there still if they're anywhere. Those priestesses had all kinds of secret chambers, switches in the walls, trick sconces, that kind of thing. Keep an eye out and take care down there. I wouldn't want to have someone else down after your remains. You might want to talk to that Eater fellow, for Eric hasn't hanged him yet. Word is he's a follower of the dead god. Maybe he'll know something more about this place. He's usually out by the smithy. Okay, well, why don't we go ahead and we'll talk to him first. Or go ahead and actually I'll end the episode there. And then next episode we'll talk to him so that we're nice and refreshed on the area here. Oh, here's Eater. Okay. So we'll hang out here. When we pick up, we'll go ahead and we will talk to him. And then we'll head back down there and we'll see what we can find out. Is he smoking? Yeah, he's got himself a little corncob pipe. And as far as levels go, getting close. Well, he's getting close at least. So not too bad. Alright, well with that, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.